welcome back to another video. We've got a bit of a generic one today. I haven't done like a vlog style video in ages. It's actually Anzac Day here in New Zealand, so we've got a half day starting at 1 p.m. We'll go to the shop. I'm actually running the workshop today until 5, and then we're gonna head out for a ride on the gravel bike. So for those that are new, I used to use the studio all the time last year filming videos and the year before. I've fully revamped it, kind of like moved everything around. I am planning to do a bit of a podcast monthly over in this corner here. So that's why we've kind of set that up with the couch. But for a bit of a quick rundown, we've got the toolbox and the workbench. I've got all of mine and his helmets hanging over here, and his gravel bike, my gravel bike, well, actually my only bike. Which is funny, I actually made a video in here about a year and a half ago with 10 bikes I had all hanging on the wall over here, showing each individual bike that I have. I now, in 2025, only have one bike. And then heading over into this area, got the couch, we got some cool stuff, McLaren SWX TT helmet, custom painted CyclingTom laser helmet, a whole load of the new ketones that Ketone IQ have sent me. This raspberry lemonade flavor is definitely my favorite. And then on top, just a few things I've been given. This is the champagne bottle for when I open the new store from Steve Pedley. Glenn's Tourist Southern Stage winner cup from 2022, which is pretty cool. My Unbound number, and then I've got my Wire Rapper Business Award for Emerging Business that I won 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago now. And then over here, we are missing a few. We've got all of the Tourist Southlands. We've got 2020, 21, 22, 24, and then hopefully another 25. So we're missing 2019 and 2023. If anyone has them from my team, please give them to me. And then coming around the back, we got the old retro bike that we got given, done a few videos with that. I've got my 2 DK wheels for I put the road wheels on the gravel bike. Anna's got her bike set up on a Zwift. I actually put the TV on the wall for once. Looks way, way cooler. And then you'll see why soon, but the pool table from the warehouse has actually moved down to here because we just didn't have the space for it anymore. So that's living here now. Still got the desk as it always has been, with the CyclingTom on there, fully custom made. And then my Cipollini track bike, which has not been used in about a year and a half, which is pretty sad. And then we just got a cool bits and bobs. James Canny from Cycling Project gave me this Belgian beer, and then I got these bottles from Tour Down Under as well. All right, just a quick little ad if you're still watching this video. The first 3 people to screenshot this video that you've given this video a like, I'm gonna give $50 CyclingTom online gift voucher to that you can spend on whatever you want on my website and get shipped to your house in New Zealand. So just take a screenshot, like the video, and send it to me on Instagram, and the first 3 people get a $50 gift voucher. You may be thinking, in the last video, I said that I was going to be going bike packing. I spent all that time getting these bags. I got a full frame bag from Revelate. I got the 18 litre rear bag, the non-shake one. Everything ready to go. Epidural top bag. Basically 3 weeks ago, I ended up in hospital for 6.5 days with my kidney shutting down. Apparently I am allergic to ibuprofen and anti-inflammatories, and if you have too many of them, it can dry out your kidneys and you end up in hospital. Probably one of the most excruciatingly painful things that I've ever had to deal with, and I've been in the hospital quite a few times with bike injuries. But yeah, as you can see, I actually spent a bit of money. I got all the nice gear and everything kind of ready to go, got the tent ready to go. So it is still on the cards, but we are heading right into the middle of winter soon, so it's getting pretty cold. Like it was 1 degree this morning at the Anzac parade. But we're gonna try and rebook the trip to go through Molesworth and do the 4-day bike packing with Henry and Dom for spring, so stay tuned for that. In other news, everyone knows that I've kind of been running road cleats on my gravel bike, but for Unbound, I was having a lot of foot problems, so I ran road shoes because they were the only ones comfortable, but then did like an adapter, so I put a mountain bike cleat on a road shoe. It was a bit of a Frankenstein contraption, but it did seem to work. These are the shoes that I wore at Unbound. They're still actually covered in mud from Kansas. They have completely done their dash. I've gotten myself a new pair of upgrade actual mountain bike shoes that I think are gonna be a little bit more comfortable for my feet. So these are the Physique Ventos mountain bike shoes. Really, really nice. I only ever run white shoes. And to prove that, white shoes, white shoes, white shoes, white shoes, white shoes, and white shoes. So I had a look at a lot of the different brands and I tried a lot last year, but these Physiques really caught my eye. I have quite a narrow foot and these are quite a narrow shoe. And I also really, really like the look of them. Nice boa, and it's quite a thick compound, which I quite like. I like my foot to be quite snug in the shoe. And these ones also have the sprigs in the front to put cyclocross like sprigs in for when you run through the mud, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm gonna set these up today and hopefully take them for a ride in the afternoon. And then for the first time in my life, I'm gonna be running a non-Shimano pedal. I've been working with Worrells on this whole build, so I thought it'd be time to just give something else a crack. So these are the Time Carbon Cross Country versions. There we go, that's what they look like. I think they look pretty cool. They're definitely a little bit more beefy look, more of an egg beater in the middle, carbon fiber pedal. But I was thinking if I'm gonna be riding this bike through the winter, it gets really, really muddy in the Wairarapa. So hence the mountain bike shoes and the mountain bike pedals and stop trying to flog out a whole load of road shoes, because as you can see, they're not enjoying it. Alright, easy as that. We got the new cleats on, the new shoes, and the new pedals are also on as well. I must admit they are a seriously nice looking design pedal. But that's about all we're going to be able to do because I got to get to work. So as you saw then, the shop's not open, obviously because it's Anzac Day, cafes and stuff are allowed to be open. So we kind of had to like split the store in two. So the cafe is open the entire day, but the shop's not allowed to be open till 1, so it's 1 till 4, same as here. So I picked up a beef roll and a coffee to go. All right, to finally give you guys a bit of an update on the CyclingTom business as like a whole. Last year we came out with the tours, hires and rides, which has actually been going really surprisingly well, especially even this time of the year. We've still been having tours. We got a tour tomorrow and we've had hires all of Easter weekend and this weekend as well. But basically what's happened is that the workshop down inside the store, the cafe's just gotten so busy, so popular with the locals, that we just need more room for cafe, we need more room for stock. We always seem to be out of stock of stuff in the store, so just to make the business more efficient, we're like, we already have this amazing space all of 2 minutes away from the shop. Why don't we just utilize it a little bit better and pull the workshop out of the store, and the store is just retail, and now the workshop is down here and this is just the workshop, the hires and the tours. Everything is just a bit more spaced out. And we've been doing it for about 2 weeks and it's been working really, really well. We have had to expand the business again. We've had to employ another person in the store and another part-timer. But already in the last 2 weeks, Adam and Millie have been a great addition to the team. So me and Ari, basically Tuesday to Friday, are down here in the workshop just getting stuff done. And it also means that more people get to see all of our amazing high bikes and our van and everything that we're kind of doing down here. But yeah, a little bit on the concept down here. Obviously you can drop your bike to the store, but if you want it done quicker, it's easier to just drop it here and pick it up here. We're doing, I don't know if it's the first ever, we're doing a bicycle drive-through drop-off. So you can come through here, drive, park your car here, take your bike off the back of the car, come up to the reception desk, either me or Ari will book you in, put you into the system, you get a text, and you also get a text when you get your bike back. All through the Hub Tiger system, we then take your bike and we either put all of our e-bikes in this rack that Steve got for us, or we've completely rearranged this wall and we can now get 12 bikes all down the back of here and more storage here. And as you can see, there's over 100 bikes in this warehouse at the moment. And obviously the last workshop was just a really, really small space. It's just a lot nicer and a lot cleaner to work in here. We have the double electric stand, the park tool, because we work on a lot of e-bikes, obviously basically like an electric hoist. We're still kind of in the moving stage, but we've got a lot more stock of the Shimano parts. We've got a whole load of SRAM parts in these drawers. Before none of this was finished, I finally had the chance to get it finished. So we've got the nice black workbench. We've also got the nice black doors and finishings the whole way along, which we didn't have before. And it also just gives us a whole load more storage for like cables and cable housings and all that type of stuff. So yeah, a little bit of an update on what's going on. It's been a bit of a process to try and move everything down here seamlessly. I think we've got it really sorted now. I think I'd say 99% of our customers are more than happy to bring their bikes here. They get them here, they're safer, there's more space for them, not gonna get damaged, and they get their bikes back quicker, which is exactly what they want. On a slightly different note, last week I finally got hold of one of my dream cars. This is a 1976 Toyota Land Cruiser. For those of you that know cars, it's a pretty cool, iconic four-wheel drive. It's in pretty mint condition, obviously the short wheelbase. Everything on it's still pretty stock and factory. When I grew up on a farm in Ahurria Valley, which is like in Wellington, out the back of Wellington. Where I grew up, my granddad's farm, we like had a little house at the bottom. And when my mum grew up on that same place, this is the exact car that she used to drive to school. And this is obviously granddad's like farm truck at the time. It only cost about 14 grand. This is like the exact car that my mum learnt to drive in, and she used to drive to school in Wellington and everything. So yeah, it's always been a dream to actually own one of these in the mustard yellow as well. She's very, very thirsty, petrol. It's definitely gonna be like more of a collector's item, Sunday driver type thing, but I'm really, really excited to get one of these. It's always nice when you work really hard and you like, you know, push yourself and you really want to do it to reward yourself with cool stuff like this, especially when it's as meaningful as this. I've always wanted one of these. It's not really about how much it costs, you know, it's not a Lamborghini. When I saw one of these pop up in this minter condition and with the original bench seats in the back that kind of fold up like this, so technically it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seater. I just knew that it was something that I had to get my hands on. I just love how everything's so manual on these. Alright, so I've just got to editing this bit of the video. It's getting a little bit long, so I'm going to take the ride part of the video to the next video tomorrow. The idea behind where we're going to go ride tomorrow in the video is that I'm wanting to start my own gravel series here in the Wairarapa starting in spring 2025. Gravel riding around New Zealand and obviously around the world is just blowing up. Every man and their dog seems to be getting a gravel bike and getting into it, which I love. It's my favourite part of the sport right now. For some reason, all the cool series and gravel races and stuff all seem to be in the South Island, and there's nothing to do in the North Island. I've kind of taken it upon myself with my ACM Mustang Cycling Club to try to come up with like a spring gravel series, either a 2 or a 3 race series. I really want to get like Wairarapa people, Wellington, Kapiti Coast and Palmerston North, maybe even the Hawke's Bay to come down. I've got a few ideas up my sleeve with courses. I'm going to try and get specialised and Trek to get behind it. Food carts, coffee carts, you know, make it worth people's while coming down to do these races. But I do think there's a massive missing piece of the puzzle for cyclists, especially gravel cyclists in the North Island, and I'm going to try and fill that this spring.